texture. So this class, I think I really have to rethink the way I do images and textures because they're like the same thing kind of, but they're different, and it gets difficult. And this actually uses an image, and this obviously still. So I haven't done Vulkan texture yet, so I guess we won't look at it yet. I'm just looking through this. Let's just kind of open files. Yeah, frame buffer. Frame buffer is probably the next thing we're gonna take a look at, which I'm not looking forward to be honest. Because it's gonna be a lot of stuff. Oh, thumbnail generator. Just trying to use Vulkan image directly, which is naughty, shouldn't be. What was it using that for? Oh, this. Oh, okay. It can probably just.
I'm not even kidding. This is peak male form.
Can't you just get the handle?
This is how good, like max level like programmer.
Allow people to just get the handle. There's no. Oh, there is a get handle function. Yeah. Okay. So that should work. If that's false, that's null. Are we happy?
Bro, not reading chat though.
Because of frame buffer. Alright guys, it's time to rewrite frame buffer. Oh, rewriting frame buffer is going to be the worst. So, let's go to the Vulkan frame buffer. And I'm probably just going to start rewriting this. It's not that bad. It's 400 lines. It's just very like specific, obviously, because it's a very specific part of the rendering. Do you have a reason for having so wide lines and not using line break? Well, I don't know. I mean, first of all, I'm in a big font. Like 100% is that big. I don't really program at 100% ever, probably. Maybe like 120 at least. But because I'm on stream, you know, I'm zooming in for you guys. So it makes it seem worse than it is. But I don't know. I do break apart sometimes lines, but if it's like a function definition, I try not to. I mean, I suppose you could break this up a bit, but yeah, I don't have a good reason to. Like, as in, I probably should keep my lines a little bit narrower. Okay, so what's your issue? So this is trying to get attachment load operation because we're trying to set it here. So yeah, so basically, I guess we'll just start with RT invalidate, and we're just gonna go through and basically port everything to NVRHI. But you can see that.
Cactus. Oh, well, there's a couple of loose ones around here. Pretty much. Yeah. 25 meter deviation for platinum. Leave those cacti alone, Swaggy. We'll have to insert the collection of Toby already getting messed up by cacti. Yeah. Oh my. Whoa! Last line, Toby had a swollen eye, now he's got a swollen knee. We're going right here and then up. It's hard to make those calls, but if you're going to trust anyone, you're only going to trust Alex, aren't you? Lock in, boys. Yep. Lock in. Line for the green line. Okay, mostly fine. Yeah. 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 Yep. Yeah, the thing is, like, we're on the boat on Apple, it's both like pressing. Yeah. How y'all feeling? Good, yeah, it's a great stuff. Yeah, I'm a bit tired, but there's not much more, is there? I like this mouse holding GoPro thing. Is that a good way to do it? Yeah, it's the best. You want some? I got some XD. Yeah. Has like a little shimmy-ish thing. Nothing crazy. Yeah. So we go around the tree. Not too bad. Over your back. Is. Okay, thanks. Nice, Carl. bit dramatic. A little bit.
Couldn't be more on the line.
Yeah.
Fairy godmother or Spider-Man.
Good time.
But as we've already seen, it's the very composition of the rock itself that makes this climb so gnarly.
I'm actually loving this. I'm actually loving it. Honestly, this is so exciting. Well in, Cal.
You can be as sure-footed as you like, but there's very little that can prepare you for this.
Oh, I can't believe this. This is horrible. Oh.
Yes! Yes! Come on, boys! Get up there! Come on, boys! Ah. No, no, no. That's bad. That's really bad. What happened? The flake fell off. Oh no, fuck my finger. Yeah. I've proper broken it. Yeah, really. That's not good. Really not good.
What are we doing?
Oh, fuck's sake.
Is it a dislocation?
It's proper bad.
Okay.
Huh?
Stay calm.
Yeah.
We need to go. Maybe up. What's it look like above us?
What's it look like above?
What you unfortunately can't see is Benji's finger basically hanging on by a thread, almost sliced clean off by the sharp edge of the sheet of rock that dislodged itself from the boulder.
Has anyone got any tape on them? Because it's proper out right now. No.
Just I have like a buff you can like wrap it.
Yeah. In my chalk bag there's some tape. Maybe someone splint it to my other. Fuck's sake, man! It was going so well. I've properly snapped my finger.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like totally fucked.
Yeah. Guys, can we get a bit of help here? I don't know. I need to splint my hand together and get off this mountain.
For obvious reasons, we've had to censor the gory details of Benji's injury. However, if you want to see the uncensored version and the full saga of how the boys got off the mountain and to hospital, you can sign up to Stora Plus. The team's let them share here.
It's not looking good, bro.
Oh my god, that needs some attention.
Yeah.
Do you think you can squeeze through this without it? Here, take up your bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, do you think you can go one-handed through this? How are you feeling? I mean, you're probably shaky, and I mean, this is fucked.
Yeah, this is fucked.
But it's just your smallest finger.
Yeah. There's a bit of tape in here, man. There. I think it's probably best if I splint it to my other finger.
Yep.
It's properly fucked. Oh, man.
I kind of think you just tape your whole hand together.
Okay. No, I've properly fucked it, Max. Properly fucked it.
Are you rolling?
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of want to take a picture. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Let me take one photo and then I'll...
Why?
You don't have to reset it or anything.
Mate, it's fucked.
No, it's fucked. I don't even know like the best way to tape this, but...
Right, sorry, just gonna take a picture.
I think we should finish this up and then cut left over to that gully to green for the left.
So I can help you up this
Okay, I
bench.
think I'll
Yeah.
oh wait. Sorry, 1 second, I want this to be bigger. Maybe what I'll do is yeah, okay. Here, I'll start from here.
How's the pain bench? You're right.
Not really, but...
3 fingers?
Yeah, I think 3 fingers. I just got to get... that's bad. That like that pinky going in is bad.
Yeah.
I got to keep it on level, I think.
Here, let's use your buff.
Yeah.
And then just like wrap the whole thing over there.
Get a big length of tape off the tape and off the roll, and then you.
Should I do that?
No, I think
Oh man, I'm scared about losing it.
no, I think it'll stay on. And then you can see. I think I mean
Oh, Ben, you're doing well, man.
yeah. Can you do just these 2 fingers with the beanie?
I can't really. This one, did just.
These 3?
Yeah.
And try to like.
I like that, not seeing it. Yeah.
Okay, and then here, try this a little.
Yeah.
And then how's that? Is that like?
If I can like clench that, if you go around there and I can then around it this bit, big, yeah.
And then
just not too tight.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to just like hold that and pull it? Because if you pull, that's pulling on my finger. Do you want to hold the strain and pull it like really long? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Properly fucked it. That's really.
If you guys think you can reverse what you did, honestly, you just start like bailing back the car. Because this is just going to be like a total.
I think as reverse would be tougher right now, especially with Benji's in my hand.
Should we get the car and drive somewhere?
Well, this was always the.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then like that, and then round my whole hand like that, and then.
We're gonna have a look around.
Yeah. Keep it coming, and then just proper around my whole hand now, and then I guess around this bit. I think will be best. I don't really know, but you're doing a good job. Yeah.
Is this part actually here? Can this come out?
I quite like it. It kind of gives me a little buffer.
Okay, the thing is that the actual like wound is still sticking out. It's not totally covered by the.
Yeah, I know.
And so it's still like bleeding out though.
Over. I'm not quite sure where they go from this, but I'll look forward to finding out just as much as you. Thanks for watching, everyone, and stay safe out there.
We may as well just like try and all get off this safely together.
If you don't want to see it, turn away. If you do.
Feire Pride en hel måned, eller at det skjer på statlig initiativ og blir sponset av staten, mener jeg er helt feil.
Ja, nei, jeg ser nok litt annerledes på det. Så jeg tror på deg når du sier at du aksepterer homofile, så jeg skal ikke bekymre deg for noe annet heller. Men jeg tenker at Pride bare er en veldig fin feiring av det mangfoldet. Altså, det er en minoritet som har vært undertrykt i Norge, og fremdeles er på noen måter. Undertrykt i Norge, men som i hvert fall har vært det, vært ulovlig til og med, og har den seksualiteten. Og så har man fått og bygd opp en sånn mangfoldsfeiring. Og grunnen til at Pride er blitt så stor, det er jo at vanlige folk elsker det. Det er jo, altså, ta med ungene mine for eksempel og se på Pride, liksom, de elsker det, det bobler og ballonger og alt som er gøy. Og det er en enorm sånn folkefest av en feiring. Sånn at det kan sikkert finnes en og annen som går i Pride som har noen rare meninger om kjønn og seksualitet, og rare klær, ikke minst. Men jeg tror at grunnen til at vi har fått Pride så stort, det er at folk vil ha det. Og hvorfor skal på en måte folk som også for seg selv heterofile nekte å feire det på en måte? Altså, det er jo en veldig fin tradisjon, tenker jeg, og en av de mange liksom, høytidene, for å kalle det, som vi har fått i Norge. Og jeg ser ikke at den ødelegger for noen andre, egentlig.
Men jeg tror det er viktig å se på en måte hva effekten av Pride har. Altså, hvis du feirer noe i 30 dager, så mister du, jeg føler at man mister veldig betydningen av å feire Pride, da, fordi det blir så spredt utover. Sånn som 17. mai, da, vi feirer jo ikke 17. mai i 30 dager. Det er mye bedre å feire 17. mai skikkelig en dag i året. Og jeg tror også det med Pride også vil være mye bedre for samfunnet at de som ønsker å feire det, at de kan ta en skikkelig feiring en dag i året. Det vil være mye bedre enn å måtte spre det utover en hel måned. Ja, altså, det må jeg bare si, jeg har ikke veldig sterke meninger om det skal være en måned eller uke eller en dag, altså. Men jeg, og det kan godt hende du har rett i det, at du tar en dag og kjører på, liksom. Russetid å feire med en måned, det er det eneste lignende unntaket. Men poenget er at jeg bare ser, jeg er i hvert fall ikke enig at det er for mye Pride. Altså, jeg tenker at jeg personlig ser ikke den dagen til for meg, men jeg har aldri blitt klaget eller støtt eller redd eller følt noen form for avsky eller et eller annet i møte med Pride. Det er tvert imot vært sånn som jeg ser det, en veldig inkluderende dag for alle oss det ikke gjelder også. De går i tog og de har det gøy og de smiler og er glade og alt mulig. Det var hyggelig. Milliardærer bør forbys. Nei, mye mer hyggelig.
Skal du starte, eller?
Ja, da starter jeg.
Yes.
Nei, jeg tenker at ingen bør ha så mye penger som 1 milliard, for å si det sånn. Det er mer penger enn noen trenger for å leve, mer penger enn du klarer å bruke opp. Men problemet med det er jo at penger er makt i samfunnet vårt. Og det betyr at når noen har så ekstreme mengder penger, så har de også en uforholdsmessig stor makt over andre folks liv, og for så vidt også inn i demokratiet vårt. Og derfor så bør vi ikke ha milliardærer.
De som har skapt Norge, er jo akkurat de milliardærene vi nå sender ut av landet. Det er de som har skapt grunnverdiene, og de som har lagt grunnlaget for den økonomiske grunnlaget vi har nå. Det er de vi sender gradvis ut av landet. De fleste har jo på en måte forlatt landet. Altså, det kommer nye generasjoner, og de nye generasjonene som skal være et forbilde for dagens unge, de er jo også på tanken, fordi de skaper formue. Og de riktige forbildene, selv de unge gründerne som omsetter for så gjerne mye, de sender jo også gradvis. Og hvilke signaler sender det til dagens unge som har lyst til å skape en formue, når vi sender alle ut, og de skaper arbeidsplasser?
Ja, altså, jeg er ikke enig. Jeg tror vi er uenige om noe veldig grunnleggende. Jeg er ikke enig i at
Veteranene i Norge også er liksom de som skal liksom være gode forbilder for dagens unge, som også sender de samme signalene til at det å skape verdi i Norge ikke er noe lønnsom greie.
Ja, og det her er vi rett og slett bare grunnleggende uenige om noe veldig sånn dypliggende. Jeg mener ikke at det er de gutta som har flyttet til Sveits som har skapt alle verdier i Norge. Det er jeg uenig i. Og Kjell Røkke, før han flyttet til Sveits og stakk fra Norge, så sa han noe som var veldig klokt, og så glemte han det å flytte til Sveits. Han sa da at har du fått en viss mengde penger, sa Røkke, altså det er Røkke som sier dette, har du fått en viss mengde penger, så er de ikke lenger dine. De er et produkt av samfunnet. Og det er fordi Røkke skjønner hva Aker er. Jo, Aker er et oppdrettsselskap. De fortsetter å skape verdier i Norge. All den verdiskapingen i Aker den foregår jo i Norge, selv om han bor i Sveits. Det er jo ingen oppdrettsnæring i Sveits. Det er et oljeselskap. All den virksomheten han har flyttet noen oljeplattform til Lugano-sjøen. Det er ingen olje der. Så all den verdiskapingen han har flyttet dit. Så at verdiskapingen i Norge er ikke trua av at noen rike folk melder flytting til Sveits for å slippe å betale formuesskatt i Norge. Og det er heller ingen som blir sendt ut av landet. Det er frivillig å flytte til Sveits. Alle milliardærene som har flyttet til Sveits kunne ha bodd i Norge, men da måtte de ha betalt mer i skatt, og det gadd de ikke, og derfor flytter de. Og hvis det er noen som er dårlige forbilder for unge folk.
Og flere stillinger, og det er det som trengs i Norge. Flere stillinger og flere folk som jobber. Det er jo veldig...
Ja, nydelig, takk.
Takk.
Ja, fordi jeg tror dere bomma litt. Dere snakket om helt andre ting enn det påstanden din her. Det vi må finne ut av er hvordan vi skal forby milliardærer.
Ja, nei, det er jo å ha et skattesystem som gjør at i praksis da, når det kommer til verdier som er verdt en milliard eller mer, så må du betale de i skatt. Det er jo sånn du gjør. Så forbud er kanskje litt lavt.
Du setter tak da på en milliard.
Så lager du en samling av skatter. Da. Det er jo som formuesskatt er en av de, eiendomsskatt, arveskatt, sånn at du holder formuene nede, da, sånn at ingen blir god for 5 milliarder kroner.
Hva skjer når du innfører de skattene som oppleves for milliardærer som helt sinnssyke? Hva skjer da? Jo, de drar.
Ja, men det er litt interessant, for at alle skatter oppleves som milliardærer som helt sinnssyke. Selv de mest...
Ja, det er ingen som drar å betale.
Nei, men altså, selv de mest minimale småblittskattene får jo de folka der til å rope om Sovjetunionen og kommunisme og whatnot. Så det er på en måte, du må jo bare, dette er som å oppdra unger. Du kan ikke la de folka få viljen sin. Du er nødt til å tvinge dem til å gjøre det her, da.
Det er jo en idé som barn kunne komme på også, fordi det lar seg ikke gjøre i praksis.
Jo da, det lar seg fint gjøre i praksis dette. Vi hadde jo mye mindre formuer i Norge før. Du skal jo ikke tilbake mer enn 30-40 år før formuen i Norge var mye mindre. Så det er klart at hadde du gått etter de store formuene på den måten, så kunne du fått ned de store formuene til milliardærene uten problemer, altså.
Du er veldig opptatt av å få formuene ned. Hvorfor det?
Nei,
Hvorfor er det så viktig for deg at enkelte er rik, da? Hvorfor har du så lyst til å ta det fra dem?
Ja, altså jeg er mer opptatt av at folk er fattige enn folk er rike, altså, men nå er ikke de påstandene man har fått servert der, men nå tar vi det her greiene da. Nei, jeg mener at altså, penger er makt. Det er det som er problemet. USA er et så skrekkeksempel, så føles det litt sånn Hitler-debatten og kommer med økonomi, altså. Men der ser du hva som skjer, og du har så store formuer at politikken i praksis bare er hijacket av pengemakten til de rike. Og i Norge så gis det nå, i år, aldri har vært gitt mer penger for norske milliardærer til norske politiske partier enn det blir i år. Og når noen er god for 1 milliard kroner, 2 milliarder, 10 milliarder, 100 milliarder, så har de helt sinnssykt mye makt i samfunnet.
Ja, det er klart.
Ja, og det er den maktubalansen jeg mener er uakseptabel. Det er den jeg mener er farlig, da. Og det er jo den man bør prøve å gjøre noe med.
Ja, jeg bare tror at det vil ikke la seg gjøre i praksis. Det er ingen som kommer til å la seg selv bli smekket så hardt av deg, Mimir, dessverre. Så jeg tror ikke det lar seg gjennomføre.
Jeg tror det er mulig.
Og jeg tror hele samfunnet er bygd på insentiv og konkurranse, og jeg tror at hvis du setter tak på 1 milliard, så må de enten dra, eller så vil de finne sofaen ganske kjapt. Det er ingen som gidder å prøve å skape de store formene. Og jeg tror for dem som er opptatt, dem som er kapitalister, for dem så er det på en måte, det er et spill, det er det de lever for. De synes det er veldig interessant, og det kommer vi godt av det. Samfunnet nyter godt av det. Så jeg mener at vi må slutte å se på milliardærer som en uting, og se på dem som fæle mennesker, for det er de ikke.
Fæle mennesker, jeg tror milliardærer er sånn som andre folk er. Jeg tror noen av de er fæle, og noen av de er greie. Og sånn tror jeg med fattige folk også. Jeg tror ikke alle fattige folk er sympatiske, jeg tror ikke alle fattige folk er drittsekker heller. Så det er ikke om at de er fæle, men bør noen være så rike og mektige i et samfunn? Det er det jeg mener, og jeg mener at de skader likheten i samfunnet.
Det er en konsekvens av det samfunnet vi lever i, da. Det samfunnet vi lever i, det er bygd opp på den måten, og konsekvensen er at enkelte blir styggrik.
Ja, men samfunnet vårt var annerledes før. Vi hadde jo mye mindre ulikhet i Norge før.
Vi hadde mye mer ulikhet i verden, da. Så verden går fremover, og ja, verden blir mer konsentrert.
Ja, og det er dumt. Det er dårlig. Det er ufarlig for verden.
Det er en konsekvens av hvordan samfunnet beveger seg.
Ja, men da nå er jo jeg politiker, så jeg er på en måte interessert i å skape et annet samfunn. Jeg er jo interessert i at vi skal forme samfunnsutviklingen. Det må jo, jeg er enig i at det er konsekvenser som verden er nå, men det må jo ikke være sånn. Fra 1945-krigen og frem til slutten av 70-tallet så gikk ulikheten i Norge ned nesten hvert år. Etterpå har det gått opp nesten hvert år. Så det er en politisk endring, et politisk skifte, og til slutt så står det der borte sånn som i USA da, og så kan du i praksis nesten ikke ha noe demokrati, for det er de eneste som bestemmer de rike.
Støre, det var jo snakk om å liksom innføre, nå blir det litt feil å få deg til å svare fra hans uttalelser da, men han ble spurt om, kan vi ikke innføre formuesskatt på utenlandske investorer i Norge? Det var han veldig imot, for de mente at ja, men da vil ikke folk investere i Norge. Det er veldig rart at liksom, vi vil ikke gi den skatten til utenlandske, men vi skal gi den til norske i Norge.
Ja, nei,
Jeg tror at vi liksom hemmer vår egen konkurransedyktighet, og at utenlandske har nærmest komparative fortrinn overfor norske investorer, det tror jeg er det er rett og slett stygt.
Ja,
vi straffer vårt eget folk, men ikke andre. Hvorfor det?
Men vi er for å skattlegge utenlandske formuer i den grad det er mulig. Da. Det er litt vanskeligheter med å skatte andre lands innbyggere, men USA gjør det. Hvis du uansett hvor i verden du bor, hvis du er amerikaner, så betaler du skatt i USA. Mens i Norge så er det jo sånn at med en gang du melder flytting til Sveits, så slipper du å betale formuesskatt i Norge. Men det kunne jo vi bare ha bestemt. Det får du ikke slippe uansett. Og da får du jo den konsekvensen.
Du skal bare ta fra deg.
Ja, det er jo sånn skatt og demokrati. Dette skjer jo ikke bare med rike folk, det skjer jo enda mye mer med vanlige folk. At de må betale avgifter og skatt, og det er de som virkelig betaler for mye skatt i Norge. Det er jo vanlige folk, ikke rike folk. De betaler mye mindre skatt i prosent enn det vanlige folk betaler.
Det er forskjell på likhet og rettferdighet, da.
Ja, det er forskjell på, men det henger litt sammen også. Ja. Så jeg tror i alle fall at så store ulikheter som du har når du får en milliardær, det kommer til å skape urettferdighet.
Men bare sånn, hvis man går til bunnen, da blir det litt rart å si at Kjell Inge Røkke er en dårlig fyr som forlater Norge og ikke skatter til Norge, når han Når han skatter like mye som 5000 andre nordmenn.
Ja, men altså,
han er jo en kjempefyr. Han bidrar jo masse. Det er ikke rart å si at han er en dårlig fyr da. Han burde ha bidratt mer. Han bidrar like mye som deg ganger 5000.
Ja, akkurat nå
ganger 10.
Akkurat nå så betaler jo han mindre skatt enn både meg og deg da, men det er fordi han bor i Lugano. Men at
bedriften hans betaler jo mer da.
Men bedriften hans er ikke hans alene på den måten. Det er jo her vi er uenige. Bedriftsbeskatningen til Røkke, den betales av Røkke, men også av alle andre som jobber der. Det går jo av deres lønnsmiddel også at bedriften må betale skatt, ellers kunne de hatt høyere lønn.
Men før formuesskatten så betalte han like mye som deg og alle du kjenner til sammen.
Ja, at rike folk betaler mer i skatt enn fattige folk, det er jo bare rett og rimelig. Det er jo ikke noe...
Han bidrar mer, han bidrar like mye som alle du kjenner, men...
Ja, men det er fordi han har så jævlig mye penger. Det er som jeg, altså, det er ingenting å la seg sjokkere over det. Jeg betaler jo mer i skatt enn den som går på uføretrygd. Det betyr ikke at jeg er noe bedre menneske, det betyr at jeg har høyere lønn.
Nei, men da
det er jo bare
det. Han uføre skal kjefte på deg og fortelle at du må bidra mer.
Nei, men det mener jeg, hvis du får utjevning så mener jeg det er... Ja, men poenget er, det er helt rimelig at folk som tjener så mye som jeg betaler mer i skatt enn folk som er uføretrygd. Selvfølgelig er det. Ja, og det blir der vi gjør da, i prosent.
Rimelighetens grense, altså det er ingen som, igjen, lar seg bli smekket.
Rimelighetens grense, urimeligheten her er jo at en enkelt person kan tjene 35 milliarder på at andre folk jobber for han med olje i Norge, fisk i Norge, verft i Norge, og så stikker han til Lugano etterpå for å ikke betale skatt. Det er jo det rimelighetens grense blir krysset. Akkurat det må betales som alle andre.
Hadde det ikke vært rimelig skatt, så hadde han ikke dratt, og konsekvensen av at han drar, da vi kan sitte her og være sur på han som drar, eller vi kan tenke, kanskje vi burde ha lagt til rette for at han heller hadde blitt i Norge.
Og det hadde vært det verste vi kunne gjøre, for da har vi i praksis sagt at det norske demokratiet, de skattene som velgerne i Norge går og stemmer og mener er riktig og rimelige, de kan vi ikke ha, fordi at de rike ikke går med på å betale dem. Så hvis du aksepterer at Kjell Røkke og 100 andre mennesker skal diktere skattepolitikken i Norge, da har du egentlig avskaffet det som er på en måte det norske demokratiet. Og du kan si det blir dumt at Røkke flytter, men det er ikke så jævla farlig. Altså. Han får bo nærmere Lugano hvis han vil, og kose seg godt på seg. Staten i Norge er mer enn rik nok fra før, trenger ikke de pengene. Det er ikke så farlig. Ja, for all fremtid i dag, tror jeg.
Det største byråkratiet, vi er den største sløsestaten.
Det er masse byråkrati og sløsing i Norge, men det har en helt annen debatt. Oljen i Norge, fisken i Norge er lønnsom i Norge, enten Røkke bor i Sveits eller ikke.
Før eller siden er vi fucked, og med skattene vi har, så vil ikke vi få noe skikkelige bedrifter i Norge. Gründere drar fra Norge, og jeg tror det er synd for oss på sikt.
Før eller siden er man død. Nydelig. Privatisering er et overgrep mot fellesskapet.
Okay.
Det går fint.
Hvorfor mener du det er et overgrep mot fellesskapet?
Nei, jeg mener at det er mange oppgaver i samfunnet som er bør løse i fellesskap. Det er grunnleggende velferdstjenester, for eksempel. Men også at vi har en del ting som vi eier sammen. Olje og vannkraften, oppdretten, alt det der. Og når de ressursene der og de tjenestene der havner på private hender og blir et verktøy for privat berikelse, da er det våre felles ressurser som vi faktisk går til å gjøre noen få veldig, veldig rike.
Hva med alle de arbeidsplassene og arbeidsmulighetene de skaper da?
Altså, jeg tenker jo at alle de samme arbeidsplassene kunne du hatt og ville du hatt hvis du hadde det i offentlig regi. Vi må ta olje som eksempel. Ta vannkraften og vindkraften. 90% av all vannkraft i Norge er eid av det offentlige. Nesten ingenting er privatisert. Det er dritlønnsomt, selvfølgelig, når strømprisene er høye og alt mulig. 70% av vindkraften på den andre siden er eid av private. Det aller meste av utlendinger. Og den er lønnsom den også, når strømprisen er høy og vinden blåser. Men de pengene forsvinner ut av landet til skatteparadiser, til utenlandske kapitalfond og med andre ord. Den norske naturen går med til å betale regningene til de rike folk som bor i utlandet, i stedet for at den samme norske naturen går med til å betale for skole og sykehjem, veier og alt mulig, når pengene kommer i offentlig kraft.
Hva med for eksempel skoler, studier? Private studier?
Ja, jeg er negativ til at vi skal ha så mye private skoler og studier. Altså. For jeg tror at det er en fordel at alle går på den samme fellesskolen, og jeg tror ikke at utdanningen løses best som en butikk. Altså.
Hva med de som gjorde litt dritt på videregående som 17-åring, ga litt faen, men har pengene til å gå på for eksempel private studier? Synes du ikke de burde ha muligheten til å ikke gå glipp av noen år for å ta fag, men heller betale seg inn i det?
Nei, det er det jeg ikke synes du skal gjøre. Jeg synes du skal belønnes for innsatsen, men ikke for pengene du har. Sånn at hvis du dreit deg ut på skolen, må du få en ny sjanse, da. Det må du ha i offentlig regi, hvis du dreit deg ut og tar på nye fag eller sånn. Men at det skal være avhengig av lommeboka di. Sånn at hvis du da i praksis er en rik skikkid, liksom, da kan du komme inn på de studiene. Mens hvis du er en annen person som også har drevet seg ut og som ikke har de pengene, eller for eksempel hvis du har gjort det bra på skolen, men du har akkurat utkonkurrert noen som hadde råd til å betale for ekstra fag, så er jo den måten å belønne folk bare for at de har penger, og ikke belønne innsats, arbeid, kunnskap, ideer da.
Nei, men ja, det er studielån, som man sier.
Ja, men det er jo en ordning som er helt i tråd med det vi står for. Altså, studielån og alt det der er jo en offentlig velferdsordning. Sant? Da får man de pengene inn i det offentlige, og det er ikke opp til privat å betale for det. Men jeg tenker liksom at det er noen ting i samfunnet som kan være privat. Altså, jeg tror ikke man skal lage statskebab, liksom. Det tror jeg ikke går. Jeg tror ikke frisøren skal drive av kommunen. Men jeg tror, eller at du skal ha offentlig ansatte influensere, for eksempel. Men jeg tror at du bør drive velferden offentlig, og bare offentlig, og ikke du skal klare å tjene penger på våre felles skattekroner i barnehage, skole og så videre. For du skal eie naturressursene offentlig, og jeg tror du skal ha et offentlig eierskap til infrastrukturen, togene, bankene og så videre.
Ja, men du har vel sagt du er kommunist?
Ja, litt frem og tilbake opp igjen over.
Jeg leste på nettavisen. Du sa du er kommunist.
Ja, det var en vits, men det jeg sa var at jeg er sosialist 5 dager i uka, og så drikker vi full på fredag kveld, blir jeg kommunist, og så er jeg anarkist på lørdag, og så er jeg fyllesyk på søndag, så er jeg bare sosialdemokrat. Ja. Så pyser det. Så, men det er ment som en litt spøk, men det som er helt riktig er at selv om jeg ikke ville kalt meg selv kommunist i fullt alvor, så kommer jo veldig mye av venstreideologien er jo beslektet, altså det har jo noe med dette å gjøre, henger jo sammen, men jeg er ikke for å være for diktatur. Så det har jeg aldri vært dere på fredagskvelder.
Den på en måte kommunismen du støtter, den åpner muligheter for diktatur.
Ja, det er det jeg mener at i så fall vil jeg ikke ha det for å si sånn, så i så fall så støtter jeg ikke, for det jeg mener at Norge da, jeg synes jeg er liksom det beste forbildelandet i så måte. Vi har egentlig, i Norge har vi det blandingsøkonomi, sant? Så det er blanding av marked og et eller annet egentlig planøkonomi da. Jeg tør ikke si det høyt, men det er egentlig det. Og vi har en blanding av marked og sånne ting. Og jeg mener at Norge som har så sterk offentlig eierskap, sterk offentlig tjenester, så lite som er privatisert, som i Nordland, er veldig vellykket. Fungerende samfunn med lite forskjeller med mye rikdom, og at det tyder på at vi bør gå videre i den retningen da. Og så tror jeg på noen sånne, kall det altså utopier, at du skal gi et evne og få et behov, eller at ingen skal eie andres arbeid, men det er på en måte litt utopier også, men det er mål kanskje da, i dag eller respekt.
Du sier Norge er veldig bra, du skaper lite forskjeller. Mener du at lite forskjeller er en veldig bra ting?
Ja,
mener du at lite forskjeller er rettferdig?
Ja, det mener jeg.
Hvorfor mener du det?
Det mener jeg fordi at for at et samfunn skal fungere sammen. Altså for det første, forskjeller økonomisk er også forskjeller i makt. Stemmeretten, for jeg tenker når du stemmer da, så har du en stemme og jeg har en stemme. Det spiller ikke rolle om du er jævlig flink i politikk og jeg er blåst i hodet. Vi har fortsatt samme stemme. Det spiller ikke rolle om du har gitt å sette deg inn i tingene eller ikke. Du har den stemmen. Og det er fordi man har tenkt at i samfunnet skal alle bestemme cirka like mye. Det er demokratiet. Men så har du dette med økonomien da. Der er det helt motsatt. Der er det noen som har jævlig mye mer enn andre. Og da fordi hvis det makt. Da. En veldig sånn udemokratisk og urettferdig
Mener du
maktkonsentrasjon.
at de har jobbet for det og fortjent det?
Nei, det i veldig mange tilfeller mener jeg ikke det. Altså, for det er jo 77 eller 100 rikeste Norge aldri, men kanskje enda viktigere er at veldig mange folk jobber jo et helt liv utenom det rike. Det betyr ikke å si at en sykepleier eller en tømrer eller en butikkansatt eller en lege ikke jobber hardt.
Nei, de jobber hardt, de tar noen sjanser, for eksempel.
Nei, men ok da, hvis du tar en brøytedykker i brannvesenet eller en spesialsoldat i Afghanistan, liksom. Altså, det er mer risiko å stå opp i stillas som maler hus enn det å eie stillaset.
Ja.
Sånn at på en måte den ideen med risiko er liksom bare noe de rike tar.
Fysisk risiko, vi snakker om økonomisk risiko.
Ja, og da er jo realiteten at de som har mye penger, har mye mindre økonomisk risiko i livet sine enn de som har
mye
lite.
penger, men de som prøver å jobbe seg til det. Det er det vi snakker om. Vi snakker ikke om de som er rike fra før, vi snakker om de som jobber seg for det.
Ja, og de aller fleste som er rike i Norge, de har aldri penger. Så det er det vanligste som skjer nå.
Ja, men igjen, du svarer ikke på spørsmålet mitt. Vi snakker om de som prøver å jobbe seg opp, ikke de som er det fra før.
Ja, og hvis noen prøver å jobbe seg opp og bli rike, så gjerne for meg. Og så er bare meningen at du kommer til et nivå der selv om du har vært jævlig suksessrik, vellykka, flink, så er det ikke riktig. Samfunnet er ikke en konkurranse på den måten. Det er ikke riktig at en skal vinne alt, og de andre skal stå igjen som tapere. Så på et eller annet nivå, hvis du blir så rik, så for det første mener jeg at det er umulig å bli så rik bare begge arbeid, men hvis du blir så rik, så mener jeg at vi må gjøre noe med det, ellers får vi uakseptable forskjeller i makt, inntekt for det.
Men hvorfor mener du at vi ikke skal ha noen som er litt rikere, som har jobbet hardere for det enn andre?
Ja,
du sier de andre står igjen som tapere, de står ikke igjen som tapere, de står igjen med et helt vanlig liv som så å si 99% av befolkningen i Norge er.
Ja, men økt ulikhet er dårlig for alle samfunnet. Det er masse forskning på det. Det er dårlig for helsen, det er dårlig for tilliten, det er dårlig for kriminaliteten, alt mulig. Så når noen får lov til å tjene seg ekstremt rike, så får de urettferdige mengder makt som går ut over de andre. Det trenger ikke være slemme folk, det er litt viktig for å si. Det er godt noen av de er slemme, noen av de er snille, men de ender opp med en uakseptabel maktkonsentrasjon. Og det er den jeg egentlig vil til livs. Og tenker ikke du at det er et problem da, at du kan ha ett menneske som kan ha liksom verdier for noen som helst øvre grenser? Hvis du er så rik som Elon Musk, er det et problem på en måte? At en person kan være så rik, liksom?
Altså, han har jo jobbet seg opp til det, og han har skapt veldig mange arbeidsplasser i for eksempel Amerika, da.
Ja,
og rundt om i hele verden.
Ja, og han har jo fått enormt mye penger i subsidier fra skattebetalerne og alt mulig for å bli rik. Og det jobber jo folk hos han som utvikler de patentene og definisjonene som har funnet opp alle de tingene der. Så på en måte, han har jo da klart å bli rik på andres ideer, andres arbeid, andres skattepenger. Men uansett om han hadde funnet alt selv, så ville det vært et problem at en person kan sitte med så mye makt og kan bestemme kanskje hvem som blir president i USA.
Nei, men for eksempel, du ser jo nå han gjorde en stor tabbe da, ved å vise Hitler-tegnet under en konferanse. Du ser jo hvordan det går på aksjene hans. De har jo gått til bunn.
Ja, det skjønner jeg godt. Det går ofte på troverdigheten løs når du gjør Hitler.
Så når du er så rik, så må du fortsatt huske på å ta gode valg.
Enig, men han har jo hatt mulighet til å bruke 3 milliarder kroner på å få Donald Trump som president i USA, og det første som skjer da er at han får massive skattekutt av Donald Trump. Donald Trump driver med reklamekampanje for Tesla i Det hvite hus, liksom. Det er helt absurd. Og da er det og Elon Musk mye tyder på at han er litt spesielle meninger, da, får man i alle fall kunne si, med det hittetegnet og kuttene med. Og er det så trygt at noen enkeltpersoner bare i kraft av å ha så sykt mye penger skal ha så sykt mye makt? Er ikke det veldig det man prøver å bli kvitt med demokratiet? Når man har gitt alle lik stemmerett og sagt at liksom, her skal alle ha cirka like mye innflytelse.
Jo, altså, men det at han bruker sine penger på den måten han vil, om han vil gi det til random folk i den staten Trump er i, det hadde jo ikke noe med valget å gjøre.
Takk for debatten, og husk å følge gutta i alle kanaler.
I'm excited. Jonathan Blow apparently figure out the problem long before.
This whole thing with the way open source software is done right now, where like there's a package manager and everybody contributes and it's like code sourced from anywhere in the world and you just auto download it, that is not going to last that long. And the reason it's not going to last that long is that I could almost guarantee you that there are at minimum thousands of people around the world whose job is to inject bugs into open source.
He like literally called that XE stuff. This was years ago too. Like I know this was uploaded. This was uploaded 3 months ago, but this video is from years ago. L-Take, have you seen what's happened? Dude, Giant Tan literally slow rolled for years to put one of the biggest back doors. Oh my goodness. Oh, L-Take is still the best. I know it is. I swear people just use it to give me. Man, open source is auditable. Yeah. Okay, so he's actually serious. So your argument is that open source is auditable. Okay, Tristan, why didn't you catch XZ then? It was auditable. Why did it take 2 years for someone to accidentally catch XZ? One of the greatest exploits that almost just like literally made a set of versions of Linux unusable. Like real talk, Tristan, like do you realize how dangerous that is? We unknowingly just download shit tons of code and execute it assuming open source is altruistic. How do we prevent this from happening in the future? You can't. You like genuinely you can't prevent this from happening in the future. And what I mean by that, another great example is remember during the beginning of the whole like the Ukraine-Russia situation when one of the NPM owners had it so that if you have any sort of IP that might be from Russia, it would try to delete your root directory and delete everything off of your system, and it was in some popular OS, some popular NPM package. Like, how do you know that's not going to happen another time, right? Like, that's going to happen. It's not based, okay? You're not fighting anything. You're just making life way worse because now that's going to be used anytime. Like, it's just another awful thing. Exploits suck. And that's the worst part, is that security is on you. You can literally never catch everything, and that's why it's so difficult. It's because, like, especially with the XE, if you haven't seen this video, if you go to the YouTubes, Low Level Learning and I break it down, I thought pretty dang good. We went through several articles, and there's this one that had a really great bash one. I have a link to it. Yeah, this one. There's a link in there that's fantastic that just breaks it down completely. We go over it, explain some of the things. Low Level Learning explains some of the things, and it's crazy, like, how cooked this backdoor was. Like, I mean, we're talking like the build pipeline had 3 different stages, piping input from one to the next, cutting out stuff and putting it into another one to actually like eventually package everything together. It is absolutely crazy how it created the exploit. And like no single human or AI would have ever been able to spot it because it is just like entirely it's so novel. It's incredible. It's so clever. Was it made by Russians? I think there's a general consensus that it probably had some level of state actors because these people had to be paid, right? Like, I mean, years of effort went into this thing.
Source software for espionage purposes. Like, look. There are, give or take, 200 countries in the world. Most of those countries have spy programs. you can type source code from anywhere. It's very cheap. You don't even need to fly a dude anywhere, right? How many people do you think it's their job to just check shit into GitHub and NPM and whatever that has bugs in it? How do you think that's not a thing? And how long do you think things are going to go once people figure out that's a thing?
I think everybody is very aware of it now. I think the awareness level is very high now. It wasn't a bug. Yeah, I mean, I think he's using the term bug, meaning security. What's it called? Some sort of backdoor. Yeah, Jaitan isn't actually a legit Chinese name. I know they even went over that with Jaya being like, well, no Cantonese would be J-I and Tan, and it would be Ten, and they went over it. But I don't think AI is going to help in these vulnerabilities. Yeah, if anything, AI will give a very false sense of security. And any like obvious thing that could be wrong, like, I mean, you saw the reports. I just went over what happened to the curl library, where they were receiving report after report of AI-generated security issues that were completely stupid, that were not security issues. It was literally one line above, check the length of the string, next line, stir copy. And then it reports this whole it started reporting stuff, started making up code, all that kind of stuff. Crazy. The thing is having AI, at least this generation of AI, maybe this will change in the future.
Peepo Sidhe. What's up, Eagle Nebula Zero?
I never thought I would see the days of LLM level power, like being able to see videos being generated on the fly, right? Like I never thought that I was going to see that stuff, just because that seems too futuristic, but here we are. And so is there a future point in time in which you can create a model so powerful that it could actually be extremely useful? Maybium, copium, but with maybe. It's not really that novel. This type of attacks happen a fair amount of times and have been happening in years. Business as usual. I mean, yes, no. The problem is each one of these attacks are they're novel in their own way. Like, sure, people are attempting to attack GitHub, but like the one that we just saw with XZ is extremely novel on its own. I mean, we have people that are masters at bash, masters at compression, masters at security, and we're still on like day 6, hundreds of hours being put into it, and people still don't fully understand how this exploit happened. This is not some, oh yeah, it's just a thing. Like, it is extremely, it's it's more likely that it's just robots from the future generated this than anything else. Okay, we're actually just seeing the tip of the.
Hello. So today I would like to run an experiment, which I've already done actually. So this is slightly cheating. I'll explain what happened. But my experiment is to see to what extent current tooling can automate proofs of simple statements. And so what I'm going to use is a proof that was just supplied by Bruno Locke for the equation of theories project a few days ago, yesterday in fact. So in this project, which is now basically completed, we've been proving implications between Magna laws. And there was an implication which was rather tricky. It was first proven in the 90s with a computer-assisted proof, but now we have some human-readable proofs. So there's an equation which we call E1689, and it's an equation
To existeth or to existeth not, that yond beeth the questioneth. Sparkles.
concerning magmas. A magma is a set with a binary operation, like multiplication, but not necessarily associative or, in fact, obeying any law.
Sulipchat. This is like a math chat app.
And equation 1689 is the claim that x is always equal to y times x times z times z for any x, y, and z in the network. And it turns out that this law implies the singleton law, that it implies that x equals y for every x and y. That's E2. But all the proofs are somewhat complicated. Bruno has kindly supplied a human readable proof in about a page. And so it's just a whole bunch of symbol manipulation. It doesn't require any fancy external libraries. So this should be straightforward to formalize. So I decided to try to formalize this in Lean using the latest AI tools. Let me switch now to my IDE. So this is my third attempt to do this. The first time I did this,
Is it like a math programming language? Cool.
I didn't read the proof.
Wait, how does it auto format? Is it, wait, how the fuck is it typing? Wait, no way. Is there like a... That's so cool if that exists. Ian? Did I mistype? I guess type any where operation A to A to A or alpha to alpha. Define a function for all x, y. Can I go like for all? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, you can type that in directly. That's so cool. Okay, so like for wait. Epsilon in holy shit.
I just went through a code, and about 5 lines in, I got stuck. I didn't understand a step in the proof, so the recording just shows me sort of staring. at this umming and ahhing for a few minutes. And then I abandoned that attempt. The second attempt, I actually went all the way through the proof and I finished it. But unfortunately, the screen share did not work properly. So the recording was not really usable. It took 48 minutes to complete the whole thing. So now it's my third attempt. So I've actually formalized this once already. So I kind of know what to do. So this is not a perfect demonstration. And it is possible that the AI tools are now contaminated. They may know the proof already. I've erased it, but they may still keep it in memory. So this is not a fully sort of scientifically controlled experiment. But anyway, so here's the setup. I just set up the basic definitions in Lean to state what we have. So a magma is just a class of the binary operation, which we can use diamond. Equation 1689 is the statement that for all x, y, and z, we have this particular equation. Occurring. And equation 2 is the fact that x is always equal to y. And we would like to prove that equation 1689 implies equation 2. So I've broken up Bruno's proof into atomic bite-sized pieces, each one of which just, so we're just going to formalize line by line blindly without really seeing the big picture to see how that goes. So for example, the first step is to introduce a new object S. S is a function not of x, y, and z, but x and z. Yeah, I want to do that, except that it doesn't like, if I give it a type, then it's happy. All right. So that's S. Then I want to give it F. Sure, but actually let's do it the other way. Let's actually give it the first law here, and then let's just make sure that F is also equal to this other expression.
Bro, I never thought I would be or live in a world where I watch Terrence Tao use Copilot in Visual Studio Code to do math.
And that's just our whole file. Okay, so the main equation has this form, so let's just make that, yeah, okay.
He's using Copilot as well. You do realize Copilot, like Copilot? Like that's ChatGPT 4. He could be using Gemini 2.7. That would be like 10 times better, if not 100 times better. I guess you only have the completion model. The fuck is this? Bro, I cannot even pick the models I want. Oh. Let's see, if I go like this, can I do... I can't even... Are these free? Wait, did that work? Apparently not.
Be this. Okay. Now there's a click forward that you go for. I always need to actually have my hypothesis in here and equation for the omega m. Okay. It's not RFL. This one I think we done by exact. Yeah. Okay. So this is just H. All right. So then there's a claim. This in Bruno's group, this claim was part of lemma 1, but it was also used later. So I extracted out here as a claim. Okay. So again, we need to assume equation 9. Okay. So if I have an A and a B and Y, okay, but I need also Y to be an MA. So I also need to exist a Z such that Y is equal to Z times A. Then X times Y times X, which is SBA, is equal to A. Yes, okay, so this is what I want. Okay, so compiling properly. Something is complaining. Yeah, okay, I need a comma here. All right. All right, so first of all, if type work. No. Okay. Try canonical, the next more powerful tool. Did that work? Doesn't look like it's closing. All right. But yeah, so one thing that was that canonical struggle with is that there's an existential here. But if I open it up like that, from syntax, text, then canonical can work it out. Okay, so canonical needed just a little bit of an assist there. Okay, so I have this claim. Fine. Okay, next step is to do this lemma. Okay, so lemma 1. Okay, for all A, B, and C. Thank you. I need my hypothesis and we go out the front. I need that SBA. Yep. Okay. No, I don't need all the extra text. I already have it. Okay. So I have this claim. Okay. So first of all, I will set X equal to XDA. Okay. Then the claim is that okay, have claim for all Y if Y is in M and Y is in yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's actually what I wanted, except that I'm using X now, so I'm going to change that. So this should actually just be the claim that I already proved. Yep, there it is. Okay, so then apply the main equation to these values of xy to conclude for any z. Yeah, so these are notes. So in my first attempt, I got stuck because I didn't understand what y and z were. They're arbitrary. So the claim that I need here, so I'll just make it, no, stop that. Okay, so claim that for all z, I want SDA to, yep, okay, that's not as simple as that. So, okay, first of all, okay, that doesn't work. It's going to go work. Okay, it did not do that. So I'm going to apply the claim to a specific y. So I'll set y to be, for example, a times a. I need my hy. All right, I don't need exact alpha because use it already works. Okay, now can I look more way out of this? It's taking much time, did not solve the problem. All right, so I have to think about, I have to apply the main equation. Okay, so the main equation is up here. Just make a copy of it just to stare at it. Here's the main equation. Main equation is x is equal to y times x and scx. I want to prove A is SC. Okay. I think I want this to be x. So let's first of all change like that. Okay. Well, first of all, does that help? Did that help you at all? No. No, that's not what I want. It's supposed to equal main equation. Okay, why don't I just convert it? Oh, it doesn't know what it's. It wants a to be something times x. All right, let's see. Why is a something times x? Okay, x is SBA, and I know that sorry, I have to do a calculation. Initial a is something times x, x is SBA. I have my main equation. A is equal to SBA. Oh, that looks promising. Maybe I'll, I need there to exist a W such that A is equal to W. So I've kept that, you know, I mean, yeah, then I can set W, right? Oops. Main equation, I want x is A. Another thing.
It was so insane to me that all these main tier programmers they say, it's not never gonna take our job. But all the people that are best in the world.
Ah, yes, the ancient call of the overly enthusiastic gamer. Carry on, warrior.
All the best people in the world, like John Carmack.
I'm pretty sure cats are halal by default, my friend. Ah, shucks. Flattery will get you everywhere. Smirking face.
Anyways, yeah, like Terrence Tao, he's embracing it. John Carmack is embracing it. Like the guy from Epic Games, we just watched the debate. No, not the debate. Wait, his name is I don't remember. Tim Sweeney. He's creating a type-safe language.
Gesundheit or nah, just clearing the sarcasm. Thinking face.
He's creating a type-safe language that is like made for AI. Like all the best people in the world are embracing it. They're like, oh yeah, no, let's use it. It will become really good. So I don't see why not more people think AI is gonna like big game changer and embrace it.
Convert my head. X easy. No, I want.
By the way, halal, if you don't know, this is the best living mathematician in the world, probably. Yeah, no, he is definitely the best mathematician living right now. I would. It's difficult to quantify, right? But I think I'm better.
Is being delusional a part of your morning routine? Smirking face.
But yeah, I think it's pretty accepted that he's the best. And he's like trying to use Copilot to for his math proofs. It's really funny.
Hi, May 12th, 2025, 11
Yeah.
hours, 33 minutes, and 5 seconds. Damn indeed. What did you do now?
It's not working. Oh, no.
Congrats. Your test was a success. Shall we throw a party now or later? Party popper.
W. Well, I have to obtain the W, don't I? Okay.
I'd love to help, but I'm not fluent in bean brain. Maybe switch out beans for brains. Smirking face.
Good try. Good try. I win.
Stop the article there.
Hey, don't worry. Wide peepo happy times are just around the corner.
Okay, so I'm done on taking proof this. Okay, now can this be done by?
We need to add this rendering of emotes. Switch emotes.
Yes, okay. All right. Yeah, so Chronicle didn't solve it completely, but I had to manually prove it until I could reduce it, and it did solve. Okay, so I got the first one. So that is done. Okay, then set z equals SCB. Sure, let's do that. Okay, then note that. Okay, so note that SBAZ equals AB. Okay, yeah. So let's do this. Okay, so first of all, I just I get it. Okay, don't really think about it. To simplify the right hand side and get as announced. So all right, I got all these steps here, so maybe I'll just calc this. Okay.
LOL. You SRSLY want 500 words on beans? Beans is life. Beans is love. They come in all shapes and sizes, some green, some not. Bean soup, moi perfection, cannellini or baked. I can neither decide. Beans make you fart, but that's the fun part, right? Bean catastrophe? Sounds legitness. Face with tears of joy.
Okay, so I want SDA to equal. Okay, so calc SBA is equal to A times, that's not quite right, A times diamond. Slightly wrong. You want SBA C times Z. Okay. Do that later. That's supposed to equal A times B times Z. No, that's not right. A times B times Z. Yeah, you can see that GitHub Copilot is trying to help, but in this case it is not actually giving the right answers, but that's fine. And then that's supposed to equal A times FBC. Okay, that's just finished the goal. So yeah, okay, so which of these can be done easily? Okay. All right, that was easy. That's easy. That's easy. That one's not easy. Okay. Can you look it up? All right, this one I actually have to look at. We want A of FBC to be A times Z. Z is SCB. Yeah, that doesn't look the same. F, just to remind myself, F was X times SYX. So FBC. All right, let's just start this bit. If I, what can I get rid of? I congruent this. Oh, it's one of these things, isn't it? This looks like
I see a future where beans become sentient if we don't heed this cryptic warning. Face screaming in fear, so, you get the picture. Seedling.
Failed again. Let's go.
why is B times C equal to?
Don't worry, buddy. I'm sending virtual hugs your way. Hugging face.
Oh, okay. Haha. Okay. So GitHub Copilot provided me the wrong claim here. That's why I'm choking at the end. Okay, so actually in FBC, and I don't need this last step. Done. Okay, so this is now no red lines. Number one is proven. Okay. So that is actually a pitfall. Is that when you rely on GitHub Copilot to provide the statement of your proof, you actually have to check that it gave what you needed. Okay, number two. For all A, there exists B, C, and D such that FBC equals SDA. Okay. For all A, there exists B, C, D such that FBCD equals SDA. Fine. Okay, that actually is correct. Thank you. Okay, so first by the definition of F, you have FBC equals BSCB. But I don't know what B is yet, or C, so I'll just have that. Oops. I'll have that as a claim. Okay, so for all B and C, I want FBC to equal B times SCB. Okay, this should. Is there something obvious? Oh, okay, that's fine. It's just the definition, right?
It's exact basically asking the compiler to see if you can prove it by some logic, and it also proves it. I think that's what it does.
Okay, take B equals Sx A for some x. Okay, so
I'm guessing these are proofs that are done, and then you need to what you want to prove, I guess.
any x will do. So I will set x to A and set B.
But wouldn't that be like a perfect language, right? For AI? Just train on a shit ton of proofs and have it be really good at this. And since the language is like a provable language, like a deterministic, I guess, language, you can go further.
B. Okay, and I'm going to use B. That's my first contact. Okay, and then rewriting B equals A as CB. Let's see why that's true. So I have, but C is not given yet.
Unsolved goals, case age. Okay, like this is very clean. Holy fuck.
So for all C,
I want to try something. Okay. What the fuck is this website called again? never mind.
I want B to equal A times SCB times SCB. What? And I want BA is equal to A3 times SEA substitution. This is existential. It's actually not going to work, but I think canonical will. Yeah. All right. So that gives me H2. All right. Go to this. Thus, AB equals D equals C for any ABCD. Okay, so for any ABCD, A times B is equal to C. All right. Well, first of all, let's see. Can I just? Yep, I can one-shot this. Nice. Thus, A is equal to BCD for any ABCD. Okay, so I want A equal D. Yeah, I'm getting very close to the goal now. Okay, so again, yep, I don't need to think about it. That's done. And now I should be done, actually. Yep. All right, so that's the proof. 33 minutes. Okay, so last time it took 48 minutes. But it got formalized. So you saw how the tools helped. Well, they both helped and hindered in that like every step became easier to accomplish. But I lost a sense of what was going on. Really was just formalizing line by line, not really understanding how things connected, and just kind of hoping that the tools would justify each step, which half the time they did, and then the other half you actually had to read the human text, the human proof, and then try more old-fashioned tactics to simplify. But you can try one step and then apply the automated tool again, and it basically worked. So that's how you formalize with computer assistance. It's a different way of formalizing. So you strip out all the conceptual strategizing, and you just solve all these mini problems of just completing the next line. But it can work. So for things that are kind of medial and not very conceptual. So I mean, this is this proof. I don't think there's a high concept explanation. I mean, you could make it a bit. Maybe you can clean up a little bit and maybe try to introduce some group theory terminology or some actual mathematics. But it is a tedious proof, and maybe this is the type of thing that automation is supposed to be good at. Okay, so I'm going to stop here.
Over the course of the 20th century, it's been fascinating to see how different societies have reacted to the massive changes.
6 a.m. Sunlight alarm goes on. I'm already up, high-intensity interval training on the treadmill, catching up on my podcast. 7 a.m. Shower, AeroPress, eat into the office when I... Not a problem. Standing. Thought. Sit alone. No time for idle chatter. A moleskin and writing positive affirmations is all I need. Next thing I know, it's 8:30 p.m. Time to call it a day. Back on the 7th, this time going up. One chat, didn't understand shit. Tweet a quote just as the battery dies for the day. Perfect. Time for phase 1 of my polyphasic sleep cycle. Tomorrow's day 1 of my intermittent fasting routine. All in a day's work.
You can decapitate orcs and write poetry.
Yeah, they're not mutually exclusive.
No.
People on the interwebs, there are aspects of tradition. Watch what Aragorn does here.
Okay.
You have some skill with a blade.
That doesn't read to me as patronizing when he says that.
Those without swords can still die.
It could so easily be a patronizing.
I fear neither death nor pain.
Yeah, he's talking to a peer.
What do you fear, my lady?
A cage. To stay behind bars until use and old age accept them. And all chance of valor has gone beyond recall or desire.
You're a daughter of kings. A shield maiden of Rohan. I do not think that will be your fate.
What the fuck he doesn't sound liking. What? Is this maybe his daughter?
You know about the Secret Garden coloring book? Yeah, that little thing on the top and the body, and yeah, this thing that I'm drawing now. It just kind of reminds me of cockroaches, and I don't know, like I hate cockroaches.
Names of the letters: octopus, pig, question.
On both sides. Okay, so then are really sweet. And they're really cute.
What's Your FTP has basically become the cycling equivalent of
the iceberg for Terminator. Okay, that's all we're seeing right now. The long con. The long con was very, very amazing. It was very, very amazing. It's a data compression library. Yeah, who would have guessed? Who would have guessed a data compression library was that good? And before everyone commits to self-hosting Git T, yeah, it's coming. Maybe it was an AI. I doubt that it was an AI. It's honestly, it's too clever. AIs are just like average. Remember that. So even their clever schemes are average. The reason why you think AI is so amazing is because you look at pictures. In pictures, if I say draw a picture of a crab, anything that looks like a crab is a picture of a crab. That's the problem with AI. But when I say draw a perfectly white picture and it struggles to do that, that's because I gave it an exact thing to do. And that's the big difference between the two.
How didn't they hack into the Linux kernel yet? I guarantee you they have. I guarantee you there's like fucking at least 17 serious exploits in Linux.
Man's just pulling numbers clean out. Pulling some prime numbers clean out the buns right there. At least 17 minimum. Minimum 17. Minimum specifically 17 exploits. I don't know JB's take on this is met. Open source, it can be hacked. All right, bro, how? I definitely think he's right that open source is as much of a blessing as it is a curse. 100%. And no matter what, I don't think there's a simple solution to this. Actually, 17 in Roman numeral, Eliza? All right, we gotta keep going. This is gonna be a long video.
Like easy ones. I don't even mean like, obscure things. Can I guarantee that it hasn't happened to Windows kernel? No, I would bet that it has happened to Windows as well. The difference is with something like Windows, it's more expensive. A, because you have to fly someone there and they have to work at a Microsoft office, right?
Yeah.
And you can fire them and all these things, right? B, because you would have to fit the bug into a feature set decided by whatever project manager, right? So there's a level of check. With open source software, all you have to do is add some major useful functionality to some program that makes a lot of changes, right? But like, look, you did something really useful that it's adding value for the people, right? And then you just put your bugs in there. It's easy.
He does have a good point. In some sense, he does have a good point, which is LGTM is a real thing. LGTM is a most certainly real thing on open source, right? But having a closed source behind the garden thing is much more difficult. Right? It is much more difficult. LTake, malicious actors being injected into companies to work on closed source stuff all the time. I mean, it'd be hard for me to say the word all the time. I'm sure it happens, but I'm sure it's pretty selective which ones they actually want to do. I actually think that TJ's is much more, I think TJ's is probably much more likely that the US government is like, we don't want a back door, we want a front door. And this front door is either going to come with the FBI crashing through or with you giving us the keys. You make the choice. I think that that's much more likely than some backdoor, get hired, slow play, 10-year, front door with a red carpet, roll it out, or here we go. I think that that's probably more reasonable. As far as this one goes, I mean, I do agree. I don't think it's reasonable for big companies to maintain all those libraries. Yeah, I'm on your team. What's the alternative? How do you build a secure thing? Is there a way that you can? Is security just not real? Do what Squeal Light did? Computers are made by humans. Security is impossible. Yeah. Security comes in layers. Yeah, it sure does. But there's some things that need a lot more layers than others. You know what I mean? Like, here's the deal. Express.js, I would expect to have a higher security standard than is odd. Does that make sense? There's kind of approaches that you take that make that some things are expected to be more like looked at than others. But I guarantee you, Express.js is just not. Dude, the first project ever hacked was Express.js. they've been long playing that thing for so long at this point.
You know, when somebody else is deciding the feature that's harder, it still can be done. But C, companies still have some degree of QA before they put things out the door. Unlike, again, the difference between an actual company and like an open source project is in an actual company, somebody is responsible for the experience of the software, right? And that means a lot in terms of quality. It still doesn't mean as much as it used to, right? And it doesn't.
He is right. I can't imagine people would argue against that. You would hope that a company has more motivation to make their software better and more resources. Oh no, see, again, you quit having stupid takes. This is a stupid take. This is then take starts. A lot of OS projects have quality control. He never said that. He just said at the end of the day, someone is paid by a company to try to do the same thing. Open source is goodwill. Right? Security is an afterthought. Right? Yeah. At least somebody is paid to make sure something is going on. Security becomes less and less of an afterthought as your company gets bigger. Right? I think your very first ones, the company is really small. JS on the back end is a psyop by the Russians. JS on the back end. Yeah, and quality control does not equal security audit, absolutely. But as a company grows, the more and more security they have. Like, imagine the amount of security engineers at Netflix right now. Incredible number. Okay, entire departments. Literally 100 people. Teach derailing too. Prime brain. Yep, that's me. All right, let's keep on going.
Doesn't mean that nobody ever does quality stuff in open source, but like it does mean.
Okay, that's a little intense. I would say that there's a lot of quality stuff in open source. I think Jonathan Blow generally has a very negative view of open source. I don't think he's wrong in all of his takes of open source. I think he's just a bit jaded.
There's just that extra layer of vetting that doesn't exist otherwise.
I also think a lot of the things he does, he has a very positive view of companies comparatively to open source. And I've seen some open source projects ran much better than companies. But I think on average, it's safer to say that a larger company has more effort to put into security than a lot of open source. To put it in reverse, right? Something like a compression library. Nobody's really thinking about like larger companies. Do security engineers at Netflix even do anything? Yeah, of course. What kind of, like, honestly, what kind of stupid question is that? Netflix is like, what, a Fortune 100 company? You think that they just do nothing? There's an incredible amount of effort put in to ensuring that things don't get hacked, right? Like, of course, it would be crazy. Chat, what are you doing? What are you doing? Their team is security against password security. That's a product team, dummy. How would you even know what security engineers at Netflix? I used to play off first with one of them. How would you even know what security engineers at Netflix do, by the way, Prime? Yeah, maybe your boy Prime accidentally created one of the largest security bugs at Netflix ever to this date. Okay, maybe on accident that happened. So guess what? I've been in a few meetings with security engineers. It's really simple. The exploit was really, really simple. It was very, very simple. Okay, so imagine this. You're on Netflix, and the first thing is like a big image right here, and then there's these little footers right here, and they go like this, right? And how far do you think they go? Well, I don't know. Do they go 10 out? Do they go 20 out? Do they go 50 out? Well, we do a lot of client-side caching, right? And so what we do is we're going to request some larger amount of data, right, that exceeds the bounds of what you can see. This makes sense, right? And then we're going to cache those results into some JavaScript. Well, what happened when I asked for the 10th item in this row, but the 10th item does not exist, or the 11th, or the 12th, or the 13th? Well, I need to send back something that says, you know what, at 10, there's nothing here, right? There's nothing here, so don't try to request more data. There's actually nothing at this point, okay? Because that way, if we send back nothing and it tries to request again, well, what is it going to do? It's going to go and request again. Well, we don't want to just keep requesting empty data, right? So we send back a little type value, a little box value that says, hey, we exist, and we exist as nothing. Okay, that makes sense. Well, we created something on the server called Materialize. And Materialize, what it did is that when you requested this, it produced this little type of value. Now, this wasn't my idea, and we had a version of this semi-implemented in some way, and when we did the big Falcor open source push, I created the next version of said thing, and made it fully beautiful and all that great stuff, and what it did is it just ensured that all these pieces of data were. Well, one day I was sitting there, and I was programming Falcor, blah, 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 and then I realized, wait a second. It just kind of like dawned on me, kind of like shower thought style. If I can request 0 through 50, and it will give me back 40 empty items, and Falcor allows you to do something like this, 0 through 50, 0 through 50, well, then I would get back a lot more doesn't exist items. What happens if I request 0 through 50, 0 through 50, 0 through 50? Well, I'm going to get back a lot more items that don't exist. Right? Right. Huh. What if I keep doing that? So I decided one day to send up a path to Falcor. I did a little thing. I went to netflix.com, took a path evaluator request, copied and pasted from curl, put it into a shell script, put a little while true on it, and said instead of whatever path I requested, let's just request 0 through 50, 0 through 50, 0 through 50, 0 through 50, 0 through 500, whatever it was, and did like a billion items, right? And just did a small little while true loop, you know? And that's it. And then I put a little ampersand on each one of the curl requests, so that way it would just go into the background, because it would just take forever per request, just to see what would happen. You know, so we have this place called staging. I did it against staging, not production. Because staging, well, if it went down, people would complain, but a bunch of engineers would complain, not production. So what do we do? Well, I just tried it out. I was able to kill machine after machine after machine. A 3-line bash script could hold down Netflix ad infinitum. And here's the best part. This change was like a year plus old, multiple years old. There was no rolling back. There was only push forward. You had to fix it. Dude, I literally helped long con Netflix hard. Good luck finding that thing. Yeah, it's just a thing you didn't realize that could exist, right? So anyways, I went out and I wrote a little thing. And I said, hey, by the way, I think it was Kim. I think my manager at that time was named Kim. I was like, hey, Kim, Timothy. I think I may have broken. I think we've broken things. I think we, as the team, have broken things, and we should definitely think about we doing the right thing here. So I created a little Jira ticket, and people were like, bro, this is gonna take forever to fix, and it took so long. It was a multi-year fix. It was so hard to like get it all done. And at like some point, you could still kind of like for a while, it even could be like held down through like some CPU fixing. Are they still fixing it? No. We did a conference talk on it. Someone wrote up a whole report. It's called the Repulsive Grizzly Attack. It was awesome, but let's just say we didn't fix the issue, but man, I made an incredible piece of software that could do it. And you know what the best part about the whole situation was? Is that the package name in Java, by the way, it was written in Java. For those that don't know anything about Java, I wrote it in Java. It was called, there was a package that was supposed to be called exceptions, but because I have such bad dyslexia, I called it expections. And I did not see it at all. It was called expections. So there's literally like falcor.expections in there. I didn't even see it. That's the best part. That is literally the best part. I did not know that. I know that's a brand new piece of information. And when I told my boss that I also misnamed the package expections, you know what he said? This is later on, Satyan. You know what he said? We're going to keep it there for posterity's sake. Because it's too funny to change it. And so for a long time, yeah, there's a lot of good ones. Take pride when you can't read. I know, you gotta take pride when you can't read. It's a good story. Anyways.
The Linux kernel has police, but like, you don't understand. If you say that, you do not understand the magnitude of the problem and how easy it is, all right?
It's true.
It is so easy. If you're smart, imagine there's a programmer of approximately the same skill level as one of the Linux kernel police. Those guys are busy. All you have to do is make something subtle. Like, you don't, see, here, I'm not saying you add some lines of code that say, switch to root and open a shell, right? Like, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about introduce very subtle situations where a variable can have the wrong value, that normally that's fine, but when you combine it with thing B and thing C, it happens to produce an exploit, right? I'm talking about that. Things that you would not see by looking at the source code. I guarantee you there are people around the world where that's their job.
Yep. That's where this differs from XZ, really. Tell me more. Tell me how it differs from XZ. Jayatan, switch the A and the I, becomes Jai. Jai is the language he's producing. Jonathan Blow. Also, Illuminati, isn't that exactly what happened? Tell me how that differs. Well, XZ was one binary. No, actually, it wasn't one binary. It was actually two binaries, and it was multiple stages of the build pipeline. The first binary was actually a bad corrupted stream, in which if you replaced specific characters, it would actually become a good corrupted, it'd become a non-corrupted stream, and then that was able to produce a bash program, which would then take the second binary blob and take that good big file, I believe it was named literally good large XZ whatever, and actually take that second one and then slice it up, discarding 2 to the 10 bytes, accepting 2 to the 11 bytes, discarding 2 to the 10 bytes, accepting 2 to the 11 bytes, and doing that over and over and over again until it sliced out its entire yucky program with a little bit of extras at the very, very end, and then put all those together, and then had to run on top of it some sort of crazy replacement cipher, and then it could do the next level of ciphering after that, some sort of RC something or another cipher where it generates a key, and it did that in awk. And then finally at that point, after all, RC4, it was, dude, crazy, right? At that point, then it would be a binary that you could execute. So yeah, it wasn't just a binary that was exploitable. It was several steps for someone to get there, and it was hidden in plain sight. How do you explain this in terms of basketball? Okay, actually it's very, very simple to explain this in terms of basketball. Okay, so imagine this. Some dudes are playing basketball, and they're going and they're shooting, but when they're playing, there's a group of people that are betting on the outcome of the game. Now, the people that are betting on the outcome of the game, what they don't realize is that one person on one side knows one of the refs, but doesn't know them quite well, right? Just only kind of knows them. And by knowing that one ref, they're able to talk to him. Now, here's the deal. It's not the refs throwing the game. The refs is actually best friends with one of the players. Now, one of the players is going to intentionally sink the game with some bad passes and some not awesome and stellar offense, along with 3 other of his buddies, so it looks like an off night, to be able to lose the game, to thus make the basketball players more money, to thus make the ref more money, to thus, in the end, make that one team or the one gambler more money. So that's actually what happened, okay? It's several layers. It's not bad calls. The refs all look like they did very good. It just looked like a slightly off night. Yeah. So you describe the NBA? Yeah, I describe the NBA actually just in perfect terms. Anyways, there you go. It's not even a foul ref. Like, that's the best part. It's not even a foul ref. It's worse. We're gonna stop here. I think this is a good video. I think we kind of get it. We effectively get the gist of it. Good video though. Appreciated it. The name.
The Promigent.
For the third time, Piers, I don't know if you have a hearing problem, but I'm not going to answer questions on another man's behalf. But
really?
Thank you for
Even though
having me.
you
If
set
would
up
like
the
to talk
interview with
one-on-one
him.
another time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
thank
tell
you.
him from me he's a snivelling little coward, and he's an anti-Semite and a Hitler worshipper. That's what I would have asked him if he'd had the balls to sit there and take.
Well, they abandoned from X, proceeds to beg for an interview.
And there you are.
This guy's talking about comment live. You guys, you watching my stream right now? I said that. This is actually a sneaker interview with a Yay cameo. 30 minutes of. Jeff.
I was finding question marks.
How are you so short then?
And they knew what was going on. Really, bro?
They saw that my
Really,
arms
Q?
were completing a set.
Really,
I
Q?
didn't
Bro, be honest. Can you do all lives at 6 Flags?
You want to trade one card for one card. You get your second.
all the
You get
food
your
at Six
second. I get
Flags?
my.
Yeah, I can smell it from
I'm not you guys. I'm not you guys. Listen,
I have some properties, but I'm gonna show you how good I am.
You guys just hear trash.
Just want to bitch me fine.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
Wait, Trainer, who are you talking to?
Jesus!
What?
I'm not. I just realized like there's background noise.
Yeah.
I thought I had someone's stream open, bro.
He's been talking the whole time.
Bro, Ron, can you do something?
Jack, what is he even talking about anyway? No, you're not.
I was finding question marks.
How are you so short then?
And they know.
No way. New speedrun world record. New world record. Oh no fucking way. 59:55. Holy shit. Holy shit. Damn. I didn't think that was possible. 1.2 seconds quicker. Sub 60. First in the world to ever do it. Damn. Insane. That's never beatable. Ever again. Okay. Are we solving for lambda? Wait, what are we solving? Can you do this? But no. I guess it's expected to remember the ABC thing. What is that? No. Okay. got some lunch.
They're having a mid-off, man. Doesn't seem good. I'm gonna just tell you that. Doesn't seem good. Fair enough. This is like watching the white horse race the cyan horse. I know I've missed something. People have been asking me all week if I've seen the horse races, and I have no idea. I thought it was like a time traveler from the 1910s or something, but obviously I'm missing something on social media. It's an X thing. Redditors wouldn't get it. They all got their problems. I just can't be on X, man, with that guy running the show. I just can't feel good. I don't necessarily blame anybody that's still there, but Reddit's got its own problems. Like one of the top posts today when I was on my phone was like, Barack Obama casually comforts a crying baby in seconds on the campaign trail. And I was like, all right, but like, who cares? And like, I always use my phone with the sound off. But I had it on the other day. I didn't realize that all those like viral videos all have like popular songs, but like bit shifted or like tempo sped up or really slowed down. I didn't realize every video of like an Indian guy cooking street food also has like Eiffel 65 sped up to 250% in the background. I'm learning a lot about the internet. That's been going on for years, huh? I swear to you, so Reddit is still trying to figure out my algorithm, like for what to serve me. Because I make an active effort not to click on stuff that I think is like bad for my mental. And they just started serving me like this subreddit called r/rich. And the post on r/rich might be the funniest fucking post I've ever seen in a community in my entire life. Like every day they serve me posts that are like, what's your favorite part of being rich? And then like the top comment is always like, the money. Occasionally there's like an essay that's like, money isn't money to me. Money represents something different. It represents, normal people think about money like it's money you can use to buy stuff. I think of it as like, money is like freedom to me. I'm just a little bit more enlightened than the average person. But like, it really comes down to like, the money. And then like, sometime earlier this week, the post that it served me from r/rich was a guy who posted a screenshot of his first class boarding pass for a flight, and all the comments were like getting his ass. They're like, if you need to post your first class ticket on here, you're not welcome on r/rich. Rich people don't need to flex that they fly first class, buddy. Get off of r/rich. You're not really rich. They hated his ass, man. He's nouveau riche. I don't know how Armeth is doing. They won't let me back. Logged out at least. It just like it doesn't make first class kind of doesn't make sense to me. Like you're still I've flown it once on points, and I was like, this is not worth real dollars. No, I mean, first off, I'm not in the fly private tax bracket to begin with, but also you won't catch me on a private plane because they're like, there's less regulations, I think, for the. Not to be macabre, but I feel like the private pilots are not always like going through the same testing that the big airline pilots are going through. This shit is so sad. It's the top post on r/rich podcast for rich people. I'm not trying to make enemies. It's just like r/rich is a funny subreddit to me because like what can you talk about, man? Then there were some people on r/rich. And they were like, my husband makes low 7 figures, so I just retired. And I was like, lady, fuck you. It's not like her fault at all. But I was like, don't post that shit online, you fucker. That was my thinking, man. Why are they even allowing people with like low 7 figures income to be on r/rich? Like, shouldn't the borderline be like a little bit higher than that? Like, I didn't realize I was on a subreddit with brokies or whatever. Some of the threads were pissing me off too. They were like, at what level of net worth did you hire a staff for your house? And I was like, fuck you. I shouldn't go to it because it just pisses me off. But it's also, I don't know, I'm just interested in other people, I guess. I have no concept of that. I know people who are like, I would describe them as very wealthy and they don't even have staff, man. So I was like, this is a whole new world for me. This build is so fucking ass. It didn't dawn on me. I'd not perceived my board for a little while. I just looked at all the items and went, what the fuck am I doing, man? This is horrendous.
Dude, don't do that, man. Yo, don't do that. Fuck! Look at the. Oh my god! Did you look at my title? Did you see the all the elements?
I didn't do anything to Faint Bunny, by the way. If Faint Bunny just got reprimanded in chat, that's from the mods. That's not from me. Now, am I going to admonish the mods? No, the messages were getting a little annoying, to be honest. I'm selling you. I don't need you. No, Faint Bunny, I don't hate you, but you just gotta... You're making enemies in chat. You're making enemies in chat that have good names. You just chill a little bit. Don't worry about it too much. Just chill. You don't need to try so hard, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You're enough as is. I did not say smoke a blunt. It's not legal for the streamer to say that, even if that would mellow you out a lot and have no side effects whatsoever. Right? Actually, it would have side effects. The side effects would be like make you cooler, increase the depth and breadth of your thought, make you have better taste in media, increase your attention span. Probably not that one. Hey, stop this. There's a dull about you on Reddit. Yeah, I know you've been posting about it for 4 hours and 17 minutes. I'll see myself out. I mean... All right, that was fun. My bad. I should learn. It would be pretty bad, for sure. It'd be pretty bad. My content would lose a lot. I would probably just be... I'd be Let's Playing again. Alright, that was fun. My bad. I should learn. I should learn. Rally, man. Here's the thing about me. I'm different. I'm not like other streamers. I want to take the Tyrant's whole kingdom. I think that's fucking real, what you're saying, by the way. What are they saying for those of you at home without chat? They said I would scab and talk immediately. And I know that that's right. Here's the thing, is if nobody was chatting, the incentive to break the boycott would go crazy, man. I wouldn't mind seeing if there's a large sub out there. Shut the fuck up, by the way. Nah. Nah. What about a large dom? I'm talking about a sandwich. Stop typing dots. I don't have anything to riff off of. I really hope my submarine can do enough damage to stop this dually. You know, dually looks really good in this patch. Maybe one day I should get dually for myself. I do have enough gems to get dually. It'd be really nice for me to get dually. Ah! Why do you hate me? Why do you hate me? They hate me. They hate me. Genius Pewd strikes again. Actually, this is kind of sick. Because, like, I'm going to make, like, a mistake here, and you're going to be like, why'd you do that? Like, for example, instead of taking an enchantment, guess what? 20 gold and 5 XP. Oh, I bet that stung. I bet that stung to not be able to type anything when I did that. When I made a mistake like that, I bet that... Oh, man, you should see your face. You should see your face. Oh, still a bunch of dots. Okay. Oh, silencer's such a good upgrade. Oops. Oops, I put it on the shadow cloak instead, man. For like 2 extra damage per trigger or something. Oh shit, they're good, man. You guys ever see Green Room? What character do you think you'd be in Green Room? And if you say I'm Patrick Stewart because I'm bald, you get banned. The dog? Someone chatted. Someone chatted. Chad, did you see that? Someone chatted. Get him. No! This is fucked up, man. I feel persecuted right now. Whatever, I don't have to talk. Whether I talk or not. I just sit here and say, you want to say nothing? I can say nothing too. I do keep looking over to see if some. But you had to type to call me out for looking over to see if someone typed. So we're both in the Ouroboros of bullshit, okay? Hey, whoa! Someone broke the strike. Someone broke the strike. Hey guys, who's your favorite Fire Emblem character? Alex Zelkov from Engage and Lucas from SOB.
You should know.
Go back to silence, please. Faint Bunny, are you around? Faint Bunny, are you here?
All of this is just training.
Faint Bunny, I need you. Okay, we got time for one more real quick. Slash marker. Guys, I just feel like they didn't give me a shiny silencer. I kind of just don't want to play the run. I'm gonna though. Obsidian honing steel. We'll go weapon spam. Thusly. This is like a just in case me. Is that what you want? You want me to cry? You want me to cry because you're not chatting? I'll cry. I'll cry. If you think that would make you happy, then sure, I'll cry.
You're a smart one.
It hurts. It hurts so bad. Nah. We mogged this. I've been being ignored for years, man. Frankly, the dots are kind of like an improvement.
Even a battle?
Some of the shit you guys are writing. Is a hot dog a sandwich? People tweeting me death threats. Yes, sir.
There are greater
That's what I'm
trainers than
talking.
me.
I'm feeding.
I'm just getting ready for them.
I'm feeding myself. Now you might. I'm not nailing it right off the bat. Okay, but you got to remember, I recorded a lot of Isaac episodes in my day. A lot of. On a daily basis, it would be hard to go back. Let's put it that way. But interesting to think about, though. Kind of like a fantasy of mine. It's like being like the leader of a compound after the world ended or something like that. I think that would really, I'd excel at that role. I think I'd be like dynamite at that role. They were panic buying in Spain after 2 hours. Well, that's the thing is you don't want to panic buy, but you also don't want to be. You don't want to incite the riot, but you also don't want to be the dude who starts to panic buy too late, right? Worst case scenario, I'm still wiping my ass with 2020 toilet paper. It's not like it goes bad. It's Justin. It's that easy. It's that easy, man. It's nice to be the type of fella that you can just talk about whatever you want. I want to, though, but I want to. Talk about whatever you want to talk about instead of talking about whatever chat wants you to talk about. Because they all want you to talk about, so, hey, did you see the rhinoceros with the big balls on Twitter this weekend? Instead, I could talk about some shit that's like actually meaningful to me, man. You know what really resonated with me with episode 1 of season 2 of The Rehearsal? It's not the rhino with the big balls. I have no spoilers, please. It was the conversation that he was having with himself about trying to, I don't know, man, it's pretty annoying. I was hoping at some point you'd pick up on the subtext that is just like, more annoying this way than like the normal way, but it's actually just so much worse. Here's our demands to end the strike. Okay, here's I counter offer with I'm not reading that shit and you can sit and spin. How's that? Those are my demands. We don't negotiate with terrorists. There they go. Demand seated. What happened to this chat? I don't know, man. It's pretty annoying. I was hoping at some point you'd pick up on the subtext that is just is more annoying this way than like the normal way, but it's actually just so much worse. Like it's giving we don't want to do homework, so we're gonna have a strike at school, but then the teacher's got to be like, you're in the 12th grade, like you can't be doing. It's just kind of like, I don't know, like naive, I guess. It's just weird. Starting a chatters union. What are we doing here? Like, how much? There's no like, Justin, can you talk to them? Can you be like union rep, man? Because like, there's no, I don't know what they want. It's like, there's no payoff. There's no payoff to the bid. No, man. Like, what are they doing? There's no anything. Pokedoku? Okay, then watch a streamer that plays Pokedoku, man. I don't understand. No, we don't? Look at this. You're even fighting amongst yourselves. Nah, YouTube chat is even worse. You ever see Twitch chat? Listen, I don't think this striking bit, I mean, I think it was good for like 5 minutes, but now it's been going on for like 45 minutes. It's just getting a little crazy, but at least you're taking swings. So I'll always admire the swing. YouTube chat is insane, man. Have you ever seen like the difference between a streamer's chat when they multi-stream on YouTube versus their chat on Twitch? It's crazy. Yeah, and they have like their real name attached to the account. It's maybe it's kind of sick actually. Is it okay if I role play an Arma? Justin, you know what would be a funny bit? What if we went deep undercover into like an Arma server and we like made them our best friends and we made them, we were like talked about shit. We were like, yeah, I was fucking, oh, I had the fucking tactical, I don't know what they talk about, okay? But then like after like, I'm talking like 5 or 6 years of this shit, like following the chain of command where they're like, safety's on, safety's on. We're only doing recon here. And then like us never breaking character. We just get in like a tank together and then we start role playing, like sucking each other off. Like out of nowhere after like 6 years. Oh, permission to insert your penis into my mouth, sir? Permission granted. Opening fly to 90% open position. Over. That was ranked. All right, I gotta go, man. I gotta go. I gotta do my civic duty. Let me see if Kate's ready to stream here. Gay Bob Dylan be like, he sucks. Stop typing dots. I don't have anything to riff off of. Whatever, I don't have to talk. I don't have to talk.
You're a smart one.
Frankly, the dots are kind of like an improvement. I'm just thinking about what would go hardest in the librarian video that will be made from this phenomenon. Problem is, no matter what I say, he can just edit it to be like I don't know how you got me talking about this, but regardless, I've been the clown with his leg under the tire, man, and everybody else is going, what a good bid, what a good bid. They didn't respect it. Because that's Salmonella and Campylobacter.
Oh, no. What's the game where there's a game where someone goes, oh no. What is that? Is that just, am I just thinking about Chiblee?
No.
I think you're just thinking about Britain.
About Britain in general? Dude, for like days I've been walking around going, no. And I don't know why.
Things have just been bad, man.
I guess so.
No, we're so back, man.
We are so back until tomorrow.
China, the woke Chinese banned our American movies. They've stopped their populace from being exposed to chicken jockey.
Are we back? What did I miss?
Nothing, but we're back.
No one fucking knows, man.
So they sold Pokemon Go to Monopoly. It's a company that makes Monopoly Go, I believe.
Oh, well, you know what that means. Sold Pokemon Go sponsored streams.
Yes, dude.
Monopoly Go to the polls would have hit so much harder.
Yeah, Monopoly Go to the polls
That
would be crazy.
Actually,
kind of.
Dude, it might have actually saved her. Because the demo of
Please,
people
Monopoly,
that play
please.
Monopoly Go. No offense, Justin.
What the fuck?
I thought you were playing it for fun for a while too.
Till the sponsorship ran out.
I played Monopoly Go to get to board 3 or something like that.
Let's go.
But it's just,
Is
I
one of your
mean,
favorite streamers' codes?
I use my wife's code.
Yeah.
XQC has come out as a Dochi anxiety hater, not only tweeting that this track is a terrible use of the original song, but going as far as to say Dochi's music itself is garbage on stream.
Well, I mean, it is garbage. I would place her in the same spot as J. Cole. Agreed. Yo, Baldman, you're taking a mega banger that people love and cherish. Billions of views song, by the way, and then you're slapping on a bunch of gibberish lyrics and echo and whatever's going on in the song when doing nothing transformative with the initial song, and then you're getting mad that people are having a visceral response to the new remix song.
Which, like, considering this guy was on the side of Drake in the Kendrick Lamar beef, I'm not really sure he's much of an authority on that. I know a lot of you guys are just posting how much you hate the song because it'll get you attention.
Well, yeah, I'm a hater. Anything I don't like, I hate them. Unless it's Drake, I'm bouncing on it.
XQC has come out as a Dochi anxiety hater.
Smile and wave, boys.
Oh no, oh no.
That's good. I respect it.
She's right though. Might have started right with that one.
Smile and wave, boys.
Oh no, oh no.
That's good.
You know, we should maybe continue this conversation back in my office. But I have not received my sample. Oh, my green salad.
Because I can never screw in that stupid hose at home. Like that one. Why'd you wait so long to show us that? Yeah, no kidding. Now that will be made out of plastic. Have you tried to sell this?
Do you like my shirt?
Hey, bud, can I ask you a favor? No. You don't even.
Dude, my daughter, by the way, she started to dino mog me. There's 2 great my daughter stories this weekend. One is we were at a kid's bookstore. She was looking at a book with bugs in it. And she said, my favorite's the worm. What's your favorite? I said, I like the stag beetle there. And then she said, which one's the stag beetle? And I said, that beetle right there with the horns. And she said, oh, the rhino beetle. I said, damn, okay, sorry. I almost got defensive. I was almost like, well, I have a degree in biology and you're 4.5. So I think it's actually a stag beetle. But, you know, I don't know, maybe they just did beetle unit at kindergarten or whatever. Then also, we have her with like a Korean tutor. So she practices her Korean more often because we basically only speak English at home. And she really did not want to go to Korean tutor this weekend. So I had her in the car and she was like, Dad, I don't want to go to Korean class. And I was like, well, you have to go to Korean class. And please remember first, she's 4.5, okay? So if anything she says is not woke, I apologize. We're still working on like the indoctrination process. But she said, I don't want to go to Korean class. I don't want to be Korean. And I said, well, honey, you're already Korean because mommy's Korean. And instantly she went, oh no, did I miss my chance? And I started laughing because this is the funniest shit I've ever heard. And then she just made her even more upset, man. But we calmed her down and we got her to the tutelage.
Today, you're going to be trying snacks from Korea. Have you ever heard of Korea?
No.
So you're Korean.
Oh.
Hokum. As by Showman. To evoke it. You're going to be trying snacks from Korea. Have you ever heard of Korea?
No.
So you're Korean.
Oh.
Dino mode.
Hokum. A noun meaning a device used as by Showman to evoke a desired
Showman?
audience response. The word likely blends.
Is it? I thought hokum, this is going to sound crazy. I thought hokum was some shit used by shaman. But it might be some shit used by stage magicians now that I think about it.
Cabaletta. A noun meaning an operatic song in simple popular style, characterized by a uniform rhythm.
I can spend my whole life trying to figure out whether there's 2 T's in cabaletta.
Tarpaulin. A noun meaning a piece.
Some shit from the bazaar, right, Apollo?
Silhouetted. A verb meaning to represent by a.
Fantastic. If you don't know what I'm talking about, type silhouetted right now. It's a fabulous word to type. It feels like you're playing a guitar solo. It feels good to type, at least with my methodology. Some words feel good to type. Silhouetted is one of them. Especially you get a lot of speed by all the left-hand shit at the end.
Putsch. A noun meaning a secretly plotted and suddenly.
Okay. I have to verify that I'm not a robot to see my results. All right, Cloud. You got me.
Cloudflare? How the fuck did it know? Wait, what?
I have to verify that I'm not a robot to see my results. All right, Cloudflare. You got me.
He's a programmer? Is he a programmer? He wasn't a teacher. What? Okay.
Is making Italia the first time and stop looking like we'll check that blast off on his late oh, this was it. We were just wondering what had happened. There goes the order. All receiving captain, understood. Up through the gears, surveys the damage, And then it's time for Pogacar, the blast off on his latest hunting ground. Martinez on the left-hand side, so I'm trying to follow. He was the only one who went into the red. I can tell he's now back in the chasing group. 1:53 then from Pogacar to the front of the race. The important gap in terms of the general classification is already 45 seconds to Geraint Thomas, Danny Martinez and the rest. He's up above the snow line here, into the mountains. 3.5 Ks to the top from the front of the race. Pogacar comes into traffic. I'll tell you what, Luke Rowe, don't think he's going to get stuck in it.
That really just, that footage there really shows you. When you just see Poggy on his own riding up a climb, it's hard to get a real perspective. When you see him go past guys who are some of the...
It's so fucking insane, the speed. You know?
From the front of the race, Pogacar comes into traffic. I'll tell you what, Luke Rowe, don't think he's going to get stuck in it.
That really just, that footage there really shows you. When you just see Poggy on his own riding up a climb, it's hard to get a real perspective. When you see him go past guys who are some of the best climbers out there, it gives you a true perspective of just how fast he's going. And when, Nairo has dropped Steinhauser.
Steinhauser's gone, yeah.
Altitude. I honestly believe it. And again, I'm saying it again, but this is the difference maker. At this point, they're approaching the highest point of the stage, and it's a man who's born and bred at it, and off you see him dancing off into the distance.
Nairo Quintana then knows that he really has to put in one of his top performances now. It's not Steinhauser who's riding against. It's probably this man who's wearing the colour that Nairo wore 10 years ago, Sean.
Yes, well, he knows that it is going to be a big fight here to hold on to his advantage. You know, it's coming down 136 at the moment, 226 back to the Geraint Thomas group, and yeah, Nairo, he still has that 12 kilometers to go, but there is this downhill section, but the way this man is climbing again, you know, he's just easing into the advantage, and he is the fresher man coming across because he's been, you know, being pulled along in the peloton by his teammates all day, but he's also this super talent that he has got, and he can just finish up this mountain after a difficult day at such a fast rate. Will he be able to keep it going? That is the question as well, because when you get out of that group, you make that effort for a number of kilometers, and then you can start.
Also, Tadej Pogacar is on a mission. He's more than halfway across the gap, Luke, to Nairo Quintana than when he attacked 2 kilometers ago.
Yeah, the way he's opened up that gap, he's got 1 minute and 20 on. You know, we said that a while.
It's stayed away. He's done it again, but every over it now.
Main group of favourites, but yeah.
Romain Bardet, it's been
these guys, but it's in the corner. You can see
a great ride here, and you know, we've seen him already in this race. He did some really strong performances. Definitely a name to remember for the future. I think we will see. Considering he's a big guy there, you know, he's climbing with power there on this climb.
Wow. I am running out of superlatives for this man. How many times have we seen it, whether it's in Flanders, in the rain and on the cobbles, whether it's in Liège and going up on those famous climbs on the other side of Belgium. He's here in Italy, and he's now got Steinhauser in his sights. Those time gaps, well, they were a little less than what we were given a moment ago. No wonder they've disappeared from the picture. Pogacar is well on his way now to getting up towards the lead of this race, and Nairo Quintana. Steinhauser will be the first to be caught. Tadej Pogacar has him in his sights, and when Tadej Pogacar decides to attack, he very, very rarely gets it wrong.
when the footage was on Steinhauser and it was from just behind him, you could see Nairo in the distance. So now Poggy's got there. I'm going to, with the time gaps on the TV, we're not exactly sure. We're getting a little bit lost with them. So I'm going to see Poggy is going to be about 30 seconds behind Nairo now. So he's summited this climb, back down the other side for a short descent, and then they've got another around 5k climb. So Poggy is going to get there.
It's a tailwind as well here. Italy, it has its sort of special own regime. Now, Livigno's
He looks so fucking good on the bike, it's insane.
over they go. There's a customs passage here because although Livigno's in Italy, it has its sort of special own regime. Now, Steinhaus has been moved.
See that advantage is coming down rapidly here, and still, that 8.4, although there's a little bit of a downhill section, the run up to the line is going to be the difficult one. The way
here in this area.
Reason he's out there alone with 4.5k to go. This is going to be touch and go.
Quintana, we know, in the past, has been one of the top operators in this sport. Been a while since he's been at this level. For the reasons. Up he goes. Starting at 2,000 meters here, climbing to the top. And go. What's your
side 4 kilometers to has Quintana in the tank?
Survivor of the breakaway. We're getting towards another 3 minutes and 55 seconds, but it's
out. He has a lot of back left. We can see the way he's sitting there. He's down. Neil Quintana.
Another day and a week. The Italian 1 minute, and he's classification trial yesterday. And Tadej Pogacar is.
As soon as he got down, your heel character. And like you said, they had a simple plan, and it was just executed very well by a strong team. And they had the best individual in the race. We thought that at the start. It was clear to see until this point, and now he's just really stamped his authority on the whole race. Very impressive today.
10 years ago, the man in blue was all dressed in pink. He won this race on the other side of this mountain. Now with 2 kilometers to go in 2024. It's another passing of the baton from the old generation to a man who is a generational talent. Pogacar reaches Quintana. No time to talk. And listen to this. This is the soundtrack to his glory days. The Slovenian flag flies. The Italian tifosi scream his name. And Tadej Pogacar, all dressed in pink, rides away to yet another day of glory.
Love this style of riding, and
again, first of all, love the jersey. It looks great. You happy to wear it?
Spanish, I don't know if the translation is good, but
Probably going to be a dusty, tough descent. One for Tom Pidcock, or is it too far out to make a difference in this stage?
I don't fancy taking risks and crashing here in Albania, to be honest.
Why is that? Why Albania versus somewhere else?
No comment. No, I think today, it's going to be an interesting stage, I think. I think there's definitely going to be a lot of interest in the break, and I think maybe only Trek interested in controlling, and that's going to be a super difficult job with such a hard climb, and then also not really far to the finish afterwards. It'll be a difficult balance to control the race to give the break a big enough gap, but then if they have the gap's too small on the climb, then for sure fireworks are gonna happen.
We saw you go all out yesterday in the TT. What was that for? What's the goal here in the Giro as you're looking early on?
I said before the race I wanted to just go full gas every day, and yesterday's course was quite good for me, to be honest, in the time trial. I wanted to. Otherwise we don't do any training, do we? In the